Hello everybody, it's Fireman Piper. Gonna be doing a quick checkout of my pipe collection today. So we'll start off with this set right here. The first pipe is an Estate Yellow Bowl. Cured with real honey. I recently acquired this Willard pipe, almost brand new. It's in very good condition. I haven't really smoked it yet, I don't think. Here's my other Willard pipe. I've smoked this one quite a bit. Whenever I go on my travels, I try to find any antique store that I can get a hold of and find any estate pipes that they may or may not have and fix them up, bring them back to life. This is a Dr. Grabow Duke. That's also an estate. All these so far are estate pipes. This is another Dr. Grabow Duke with the blue spade. And this is actually an unsmoked. It's amazing. Another Dr. Grabow. This is a Crown Duke with the blue spade. This is one of the special pipes, a Dr. Grabow. This is one of my so-called dad pipes because it was one of my dad's pipes. This is a Royal Duke Dr. Grabow. And I smoke it from time to time. Another blue spade Dr. Grabow. This is a Royal Duke. I believe I found this one and several of the other ones up in the mountains of North Carolina on a trip. I recently purchased this and refurbished it. It's actually got it says London made on the part of the shank that must have broken because they put a band on it. I love the way the pipe looks, and I love it. You can tell it's an old school type, but I really have a really hard time with it because it gurgles really, really badly. So I don't smoke it very often. I wish it smoked a lot better. I think we all had those pipes that we wish smoked better than what they do. And right now, I've got the another Dr. Grabow Grand Duke. This, I actually purchased this one. And I smoke mainly aromatics out of it. All the other ones that I've gone through also so far, I usually smoke only Englishes through. This is the very first Dr. Grabow that I personally bought, the Omega. Bought it at the Rite Aid downtown. It's been a great smoker, and I've only smoked one blend through it. And I think that I will only ever smoke one blend through it until that blend that I have that is already no more is finally no more. Unless I find some more tins of it. And that would be McClelland's Caramel Rush. Caramel Rush is also the very first premium aromatic that I've ever had. And I fell in love with it. It's great. And I have about a 10.5 of it stored away. And I probably will only ever smoke it once a year now. Another Dr. Grabow Grand Duke. This is a pretty good smoking pipe too as well. All of the old Grand Dukes. Inside, I have a couple of corncob pipes I have for specific purposes. This is kind of like a work pipe. I smoke this one a lot at work. It's in kind of being rested right now because I recently took a lot of other pipes some other corncob pipes to work that just stay at work now. So this one I've used for about probably every day for a year or two. But it's a great pipe. I think this is the Mizu. This is a dedicated pipe just for flake tobaccos, mainly for like Dunhill flake or like golden sliced, New Minster 400 Navy flake. In fact, that pipe is the first pipe that I had that was just specifically for flakes. A Morgan, great little around the house type cob. I believe this is the Tom Sawyer. All these are basically for flakes. They're for my flakes. I have a couple of briar pipes that are dedicated to flakes. This one's actually missing a bit on the end of it. I gotta get a replacement for it. Put those back. I smoke primarily only cobs at work because being the fireman and a piper, I don't want to get my briar pipes messed up. And the corncob pipes are perfect for that reason. Moving on, we're going to move on to some high-grade Missouri Meerschaum corncob pipes. Of course, we have a Country Gentleman dedicated to Balkan blends. I have a Patriot. This is dedicated to Virginia Perique blends, and also non-English blends and non-Latakia blends. Of course, you got to have a Dagner cob. It's dedicated to mostly English blends, Balkan blends. This is one of the newer Missouri Meerschaum corn cobs that came out. It's not the Charlestown Cobbler. I can't remember what this one's called. I wanted the Charlestown Cobbler, but this is all they had. And it turned out to be a really good smoker. I love it. It's a great pipe. And I believe I've smoked some Balkans through it as well. Of course, I've got the Little Devil Ants and the Little Devil Cuddy pipes. The Cuddy Acorn and the Cuddy Poker. I absolutely love these finishes, by the way. I think these things are beautiful. These finishes that they put on these pipes, man, they're great. These are great finishes. I love the way these pipes look. Also, I have some just empty tins of back here that I like to be able to look at every now and again. Tins of stuff that I wish I could get my hands on now. That was very easily accessible back in 2012. You can get any of this stuff. In fact, I think the only esoterica blends that they didn't have back then was Penzance and Stonehaven. Everything else they had plenty of, tins and bags. And then it all went downhill from there, I guess. It went crazy. This is a recent pipe that I got. A Cloud Romaine, and this is a French pipe made in France. Handmade in France. A very good smoking pipe. Quite enjoyable. This no-name basket pipe is one of the best pipes that I have as far as smokers go. I think we all have those pipes that are just no-name basket pipes. Sometimes can be really, really great smokers. And I basically smoked the Lane BS 005 out of it, which is, I guess, is their Balkan Sobrani blend that they have. I bought 5 pipes at one time, and that French pipe and this pipe here, which turned out to be an okay smoker. It's also a made in London, England, but it's a no-name basket pipe. Moving on, we have a Royal Ascot London made, which I think is a second-hand. It's not a, it's a subline from something else. But it's a good pipe. Pretty good pipe. moving on, of course, we have the Great Dane spool and then spindles. And keep that in this big, nice spool and a nice spindle. And of course, we have the 5-star General. Yeah, I guess I'll show you this. I bet we can all guess what this is just for. One kind of tobacco and one kind of tobacco only when I ever feel the need for it. I do have a couple of cherry blends that are pretty pleasant, but for the most part, I tend to stay away from them. But I do have something like Kellett Talisman and some other blends that are okay. And I only use that pipe and that pipe only for those blends. And now these are just some really good examples right here of what you can get if you order a Missouri Meerschaum seconds bag. And believe it or not, if you was to look at this pipe compared to some of the other ones that you get, these three that I have are really, really thick bowls. And there's the only thing that's wrong with these pipes, as you can see that the shank here is missing some of the printing that they put on it. Other than that, this pipe's tip top. And I haven't ever seen these 3 pipes have corncob. These are just legends. They have thick bowls like that, so you know those will be good smokers. They'll absorb a lot of that heat. A Medico Standard Brylon. This used to be a work pipe because, of course, Brylon's so durable and dependable. Smoking just blends out it every once in a while. It's one of my yard pipes. This is a Mitchell Thomas. I smoke primarily only flake tobacco out of it, and basically New Minster or the Golden Sliced. This is the featherweight model. It's a good pipe, but it does tend to get rather hot, so you have to really, really be trying to like smoke slow. Other than that, I'm going to move on to some of the other stuff. Now here we are with my very first, you can see the crack in it, the cracks in it. My very first corncob pipe that I ever had, and this is what I learned the do's and don'ts of pipe smoking with, as you can tell. And this thing, believe it or not, still smokes like a champ. This is a great example of how durable these corncob pipes are. And I've seen people that go, I burn my corncob pipe out, and they burn it out, or something happens to it, and I'm like, yo, I mean, I've dropped this pipe out of my truck before, riding 40 miles an hour down the road, and it didn't even crack it. You know, this is just humidity is what cracked this pipe. It's from smoking it and then leaving it out at work in a hot bay in the middle of summertime with about 100% humidity, and it cracked it. I came back and it cracked on both sides, and it's not even loose, it's just cracked. But it smokes like a champ. It's retired, by the way. I don't smoke it anymore. It'll be something that I give to my kids later on in life. Missouri Meerschaum freehand. I've had this freehand for quite a while. I don't smoke it probably, but maybe once or twice a year. I smoke kind of aromatic stuff out of it or something. The weather's got to be right, and I gotta have plenty of time to smoke it, because if I smoke it, I pack it all the way to the top. I think everybody's probably seen this, like Pipes and Cigars freehand that you can get for about $40. Takes a 9mm filter. It smokes pretty good. You just need to take your time with these kind of pipes. And of course, who couldn't remember everybody's favorite Avon pipe, Avon cologne bottle pipe, right? A good friend of mine came across one and was like, hey, I know this guy would like this pipe. And he also is a pipe smoker. But this is great. It's on my display. I love it. I keep it up there along with some snuff. Okay, let's see. We'll dig into this case where I have some small clay pipes, which mostly that's what goes in here. Of course, I have a small little cheap block meerschaum pipe. Well, whichever one is the cheaper version of meerschaum. It might not be block. It's whatever they press together. Pressed meerschaum, probably. Missouri meerschaum shortstop. This is probably the best tiny corncob pipe you can get. It's better than these little ones. These little ones are okay, but they get really hot really fast, and you can burn your tongue really easy. But this shortstop is a better option if you want something that's 10 minutes than these other tiny mini cobs. Mini cobs look cool. They look great and all. Got a bunch of these small taster pipes. I love them. They came with a set that I got. If you ordered some tobacco, they would send you a couple of them when they sent the tobacco. So I got some, and that's what they sent. Gonna make this easy real quick. Okay. So, never mind that. So we know people have seen those little vest pipes. The Broly. This is one, it has a really good grain on it, by the way. I think I've smoked it once. It's kind of just like I'd have to be dressed up in a Sunday suit to want to carry this with me, because you need to have it something you can put it in a vest pocket pipe. But I've used it once. It does smoke well, but it needs some work because the stem is loose. Also have a Big Bend Pipo pipe. This is a better pocket pipe version for yourself, to be able to get a pocket pipe for yourself. And of course I have not smoked this yet, but it's of course just a Morgan Bones Missouri Meerschaum cigar cob. It comes with when you order one, it comes with a little cork that goes with it. Haven't smoked it yet. Moving on. Got some Falcon pipes. Some of these Falcon pipes are estate pipes. Although my dad had some Falcon pipes, and I have to have one of them. But these are good smokers. This one I bought myself. This Falcon pipe has a meerschaum line bowl. Here are some more estate pipes that I came across. This is a GBD Americana. A GBD Americana. Here's a Medico Ebony. This is a great little bulldog. Bulldog's probably one of my favorite shapes. Here is also another dad pipe. It's a Dr. Grabo Collector 2003. And now we're going to get into the last section of pipes here. These are my most expensive pipes. This is the Old Dominion Pipe Company pipe. This is the smallest one that they sell. An actual reed stem with their own strain of corn that was basically extinct. They found some samples, and they found the kind of seed that it was supposed to be, and grew the strain of corn again, and brought it back from extinction basically, and then turned it into corncob pipes. This North Carolina style corn pipe, I guess, is what you would call it. All right, first up, Medeco Guardsman. This is a dad pipe. This is one of his pipes. I remember him smoking it when I was very young. Medeco Guardsman. And if something interesting about this pipe, I haven't never seen on any other pipe, is it has that filter, the metal filter in the bottom with holes in it. And of course, it's a paneled. Pretty cool. I like it. Another dad pipe. This is a Dr. Grabow. Golden Duke. Great pipe. Great smoking pipe. We have also old rugged Dr. Grabow. Also have Peterson Kinsale XL12. It's extra large. This is I want to say it was a mid-90s, but this is supposed to be in the Sherlock Holmes line. All of the pipes that are on this stand basically just only smoke Englishers out of. So I found this as an estate pipe. This is a Royal Crown Windsor. It's a big old pot pipe. You can tell it's got defects. It's a defect pipe or whatever, but still a great smoker. I love bringing these old pipes back to life because they say these things they only have more than one owner. Here's a Canberra, London-made Canberra. This is a really, really nice low vat. It only has one or two, or really only 4 or 5 little imperfections where they had to fill in some stuff, but this thing smokes like a champ. It's got really good examples of bird's eye in it. I wish this camera was better. I could actually show it to you, but and it has some really good flame grain in it too. These are some of the more expensive pipes, though, either the really good condition dad pipes that I've come across. This is, of course, a Dragon's Claw Meerschaum pipe. I put a wind cap on it for when I need to use one. All right, these are some of my most favorite and coveted. All these pipes in this stand are like special place in my heart. This is my Savinelli Church Warden. As you can see, it's rather long. I think the only thing I've ever smoked out of this is Dunhill's Nightcap. Now this one coming up is a dad pipe. And this is a Criswell Chief. And more than likely, when my dad was in the Navy and he went to England on his submarine, the USS Narwhal 671. Go ahead and wiki that. Great story about that submarine. Paved the way for the Los Angeles class submarines. He got this pipe while he was over there. So this is the pipe that he smoked on the submarine when he was on deck and could smoke, more than likely when he had a chance to, when they weren't under the water. This is another great estate pipe that I got. It's a Savinelli. Iscar, I believe, is or Iscari. But of course it's a nice example of I'm losing my mind today, everybody. I can't remember what they call that kind of pipe. This is a Big Ben Bulldog. This is a great pipe. I love this pipe. I bought this one fresh. Another Savinelli Christmas edition. St. Nicholas. It's a Lovat. I like the Lovats and Bulldogs are probably my two favorite shapes, along with, of course, original billiards. But this is a big pipe too, compared to some of the rest of them. But I do like the Lovat shape, as well as the Bulldog shape. And I think this might be the last one. Yep, last but not least. This was a Christmas present from my beautiful wife. It is a Dunhill 4111 Cumberland. I got it from smokingpipes.com. It was rated a 4.95 rating. As an estate pipe, it had been basically smoked once with no imperfections. It had some like a faint rim charring right here, but it's not even, just darkening of the bowl. It's not even really charring. So I have bought it and I have never smoked it. This is the most expensive pipe that I own, that I paid money for. I paid about $350 for this as an estate pipe. And one of my favorite shapes. And I was told by Mr. Glenn Quelch himself that this is one of the better examples of a Cumberland pipe that he's ever seen. If I could get this camera to focus on it, it would be great. So that's it. That's my pipe collection. Also, all those tins down there are all empty. I wish they were full, because that would be even better. But, alas. Another video for the hutch later. Fireman Piper out.